Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. Amari Azabah out of the GMS Dallas camp. And I'm going to entitle this lesson here, World War III will not tarry. Okay. There's been breaking news that those Gentiles over there in the Holy Land, those small hats, have committed, I ain't gonna say war on Iran, but they committed an attack on Iran. Okay. Through the air. All right. So, we don't know if Iran is going to respond. Lord willing, they do. Iran shall respond. So, again, the way things are moving, throughout the earth, this can spark. This could be, part of Jacob's trouble and the MOTB and all of, World War III brewing, okay? You have the Latinos, the Northern Kingdom, ICE, deporting, those people. They rioting over there in LA. And again, you have Esau having, people face scan and their information is pulling up on them. Also, you have, the Gentiles over there warring against each other in the Holy Land. So, hopefully these things heighten up. And, with that, I just want to go ahead and get into Joel, the 3rd chapter. And I want to start around the 11th verse, okay? And, hey, these are the times we're living in. So, Lord willing, these things heighten up. So, hey, these prophecies can speak, okay? This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 11, and it reads, "Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh," okay? And who are those mighty ones? All right, that's Babylon the Great. And also you dealing with Gog and Magog, which is Russia. Russia. Okay. So the heathens and the least of the flock are the ones that's according to scripture is going to draw them out. And let me grab that. All right, because Esau, Edom, the scripture says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, and he wants to fulfill his blessing. Okay. All right. This is Jeremiah verse 49 and 20. Okay. And it reads, "Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that he had taken against Edom." Okay. And see, those small hats over there are the Amalekites. All right. You got the small hats over there, the Khazarians. All right. And it reads, "Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that he had taken against Edom, and his purposes that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman." All right. "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them." Okay. So we know over there in that land, it's going to be desolate as well. Okay. Over there in the Holy Land, as well as over here in Babylon the Great, I just want to bring that out. while we were going into Joel, the 3rd chapter, verse 11. And it reads again, assemble yourselves and come out, you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. And this is part of, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true Hebrew Israelites, starting with the chosen and the elect. This is part of, Lord willing, we those men and women, our deliverance, okay? And this is why the prophets get excited when we see these things and hear the news, that these things are happening, okay? Because we don't, no one wants to be in captivity under these, our oppressors, This is not a place of rest, okay? Verse 12, and it reads, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, okay? And let's get a precept to that in Isaiah, the 34th chapter, all right? This is Isaiah 34 and verse 8, okay? And it reads, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, Yahweh's vengeance, in the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion, okay, which are the Israelites, because we're a people before it's a place, So that's what this is all about, okay? Verse 13, and it reads, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. All right. So, this is letting you know that, the wickedness of the people is overflowing, And we're going to get a precept to that in Matthew, the 13th chapter. All right. Because, the Most High has a controversy. There's judgment that has to go throughout the earth. All right. And this is going into the chariots as well in the elect. All right. So let's get that in Matthew, the 13th chapter, verse 37. All right. We're going to start at verse 37. And it reads, he answered and said unto them, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. All right. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, which are the elect. But the tares of the children are the wicked one. All right. So this is what Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is coming to do, is because you have you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. We have been mingled amongst the nations. OK, so you have some of us, that look like, these nations, but you have to be the father and the seed of your you have to be the seed of your father to be an Israelite, okay? And we'll get that also too. We can grab that real quick. Do I want to get that? Yeah, let's go ahead and get it. We don't have to, but since I'm here, we might as well go ahead and grab that. Numbers 1 and 18, okay? This is Numbers chapter 1, verse 18, and it reads, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls, okay? So you the pedigree after your father, All right? So from the by the house of their father, that's how you are, that's how you know what seed line you're a part of. So it don't matter if you are a woman, you're a woman of the seed of your father, okay? So, you're trying to figure out, just because you might have like if your father is an Edomite and your mom was a Israelite and you got the depiction of your mother, you still an Edomite, okay? So this is what this is going into in Matthew the 13th chapter, okay? This is the harvest that's being taking place here. And it reads, the field is the world, the good seed are the children of the Most High, starting with the chosen and elect. but the tares are the children of the wicked one. All right. Verse 39, the enemy that sowed them is the devil. Okay. The harvest is the end of the world, the end of Esau's world, and the reapers are the angels. And this is going into the chariots. Okay. You see? And it's starting with the chosen and the elect. All right. So we're going to go back to Joel, the 3rd chapter. Okay. And we're going to end it here on the 14th verse. All right. Verse 14. Multitudes. All right. And they read, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. Okay. And what's going on in that valley of decision? We're going to get the precept to that in Revelation, the 14th chapter. All right. Because, hey, over there, these prophecies, they shall speak. Okay. And all of these skirmishes that's going on, these little mini battles that's over there in the Holy Land, they're sooner or later go become, greater. It's like if you was in a fight, you always squaring up with somebody, even if y'all just, messing around, in the ring or whatever, y'all learning each other pretty well. Then sooner or later, somebody gonna get one of them licks in that kind of like make you a little upset and mad, and someone gonna start swinging out of control. And then when that take place, that's when the fight gets serious. So it's the same thing when we see these attacks, and we waiting for the next, heathen to respond. Okay, so we can get this thing started. All right. But we're going to get this in Revelation, the 14th chapter, verse 14, and it reads, and I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man. All right, read that again. Revelation 14 and verse 14, and I looked, and behold, a white cloud, which is a chariot, and upon that chariot one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. Okay. And a sharp sickle is one of those like curved knives that's on a rod. All right. And you go through that with a sickle, and you cut down the harvest. Like if you got a bunch of corn in the field, you just slice through one great time, and it'll bring everything down. Okay. And it reads, verse 15, and another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, which is the chariot, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. Okay, so judgment is about to come, is about to go out throughout the earth. All right, and this is what we're waiting on for our deliverer Yahweh Shai to return, on the chariots with the angels. Okay. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Raha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. Shalom.